Pain is not optional. You will suffer in this life, whether you move toward greatness or drift into decay. The lie the world sells you is that you can avoid suffering by choosing comfort. What actually happens is that you exchange one form of pain for another. Skip the gym, and you will suffer in a weaker body. Skip the discipline, and you will suffer in regret. Skip the struggle, and you will suffer in obscurity. The pain of effort is sharp and temporary. The pain of avoidance is dull and endless. You cannot escape the cost, but you can decide whether that cost builds you or destroys you. Comfort is not the absence of suffering. It is simply the breeding ground of a different kind of pain. At first it feels sweet, but its poison works slowly. The man who avoids challenge suffers later when his health collapses, when his dreams rot inside him, when the years whisper back all the chances he refused. The man who embraces challenge suffers now in sweat, in discipline, in exhaustion. Yet when the years whisper to him, they speak in reverence. They remind him that he paid his suffering early, and because of it he became something untouchable. You will bleed either way. The question is whether that blood nourishes your future or stains your past. Regret is the heaviest suffering of all. You can endure pain today. You can endure sacrifice. You can endure struggle. But regret cannot be undone. Once the opportunity is dead, no discipline can revive it. Regret is a permanent scar carved into the soul, reminding you that you could have been more but chose to be less. The suffering of effort strengthens you. The suffering of regret haunts you. When you understand this, the choice becomes obvious. Better to sweat now than to cry later. Better to collapse from pushing than to collapse from quitting. Better to live with scars of effort than with the chains of regret. Every man pays in some form. The one who trains pays in soreness and fatigue. The one who avoids pays in weakness and shame. The one who studies pays in hours lost to books and concentration. The one who refuses pays in ignorance and humiliation. Every single choice carries a price tag. Those who pretend they can dodge it are only choosing to let life bill them later, with interest, at a cost far greater than they imagined. The wise man chooses to suffer with purpose. The fool chooses to suffer by accident. One builds himself into stone. The other crumbles into dust. You cannot grow without resistance. Muscles do not strengthen without tension. Minds do not sharpen without challenge. Souls do not harden without struggle. The suffering you choose willingly becomes the architect of your transformation. The suffering you avoid willingly becomes the architect of your downfall. When you learn to see suffering as a currency, you stop running from it. You begin to spend it deliberately, investing in yourself the way a king invests in his fortress. Every drop of sweat, every rejection, every sleepless night is payment towards something greater. Refuse to pay, and you are left with nothing. The herd spends their suffering on emptiness. They suffer through hangovers, meaningless conversations, wasted days, unhealthy choices. They burn themselves for nothing. Their lives hurt, but the hurt is barren. The rare few channel their suffering into building something unshakable. They suffer in discipline, in sacrifice, in endless refinement. Their lives hurt too, but their hurt produces fruit. You will suffer either way, but only one path gives meaning to the pain. Meaningless suffering drains you. Purposeful suffering crowns you. Fear of pain is what keeps most men in chains. They believe that by hiding from difficulty, they are sparing themselves. What they cannot see is that avoidance creates chains heavier than the pain itself. Every time they hide, the chains tighten. Soon, they are trapped in lives that suffocate them, all because they fled the smaller suffering that could have freed them. The man who embraces difficulty breaks his chains one by one. His suffering liberates him. He becomes freer with each step, until the world cannot bind him anymore. He knows that pain is a toll, and he pays it willingly. Look at any man you admire. His life is carved in suffering. Behind the calm face is a history of nights where he bled in silence, where he carried burdens no one saw, where he endured trials that would have broken others. What separates him is not luck, not talent, not fortune. It is his choice of suffering. He chose the fire that built him instead of the fire that consumed him. His presence carries weight because his scars carry lessons. If you want to stand where he stands, you must learn to welcome the same fire.